When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. Have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
The Abyss Order's on the move! The ley lines are all out of whack! We better hurry back to Vimara Village and see what's going on! Hey! Look at those hilly weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the new world, at last, such was the price.
Did you hear that? It sounded so gentle. Oh, this is weird. Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too.
You see, we've reclaimed. Release your teeth.
Over there. It looks like they're sleepy.
In the end, sleep well, Father. When you awake.
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the hilly trolls have calmed down, let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our... Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order seems to be up to...
The Abyss Order? Thank you for your concern.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues... Huh? You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually.
Ah, at least right now, I...
But how is that? Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been... You're right.
Someone's gone missing?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? He's around 20 years old.
Oh, I know who.
Really?
There aren't many young people who've... Then there's only one person who fits the bill. No, yeah, I just saw him leave the village.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's some...
Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him. If we really did travel... If this person only...
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, but didn't Bayron just say that who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? Good idea! We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village. If time was allowed, there's a difference.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular past, like there could be overlap or something. That's why he makes sure the memories...
Dainsliff had memories implanted into his mind. The color of the sky. We thought Dainsliff had memories implanted into his mind. The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described.
Oh, right!
Oh, come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours.
Yep, that has to be it! Yeah, that's what...
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. It's okay if you don't.
Oh, I think you're an incredible... You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Oh, right! This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet!
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me, so I should see what they need.
Another time, huh? Yeah.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate, the founder of the Abyss Order, the man who broke the curse of immortality. Dane's brother, one of... You're... Kari Bear Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? This is Atosa's memory, but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, but despite his intentions for me, in truth, the person you see before you now is nothing. As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device in its primitive form. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower-level ability to influence memory, but it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form, after all. That. I was wrong to... I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world, as if I had a chance at life. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. Chief Amadia, Baram, Granny Jahiat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid, after all. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight's sword, you mean? Exactly. As someone who could own the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain, I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of... I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist in the face of everything they could be planning. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate. You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That story managed to dispel my fears. My goal was simple. To implant a specific memory. In that memory, I would tell them a story. Just like... can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the loom of fate. But now, the bedtime story is finished.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years. The loom of fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes, such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it. You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, You told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me. Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now? He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but, let's think for a second. We were in that he was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon... Wait. Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram? You sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. It's just that, well, so there we were, searching. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's... Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so...
Oh, it's you two. I was part of the search party. Honestly, I just can't believe he always seemed to appear out of no... If Curry Bear wants me to forget, I relied on him for a lot of things. Okay, I'll admit. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye? You don't need to comfort me. It's just like Curry Bear said. And you know, if he... Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two.
Well, that should be it, right? Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Pop... a pitch? Sure.